Friends, let us begin with a feeling that is common to all who strive for a better life: the quiet, gnawing uncertainty of the path. We live in a world that shouts its definitions of success at us. We scroll through images of other people's highlight reels, their promotions, their perfect vacations, their public accolades. We are told that the right path leads to a bigger house, a more prestigious title, a larger number in a bank account. And so, we work. We put in the hours. We practice our discipline. We try to make good choices. But often, the external rewards are slow to arrive, or they don't arrive at all. We face setbacks. Our progress feels invisible. And in those quiet moments of doubt, a question haunts us. Am I doing this right? Is any of this working? We look for a sign, a confirmation from the outside world that we are, in fact, on the right track. This reliance on external validation can leave us feeling lost, anxious, and perpetually comparing our journey to an imagined ideal. This brings us to a crucial philosophical question, one that is central to a life of wisdom and purpose. If the signposts of the external world are so often misleading and outside of our control, what are the guide-true markers of progress? How can we know, from within, that we are walking the right path? What are the subtle internal signals that tell us to keep going, even when the world offers no applause? The Stoics offer a revolutionary answer. They teach us that the right path is not a path to an external destination, but a path of internal transformation. The goal is not to arrive at a certain status or level of wealth. The goal is to become a certain kind of person. A person of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In essence, the journey itself, the steady daily effort to improve our own character, is the destination. The Stoics had a name for a person on this path, a prokoptonym, which means one who is making progress. The signs that you are a prokopton are not found on your bank statement or your resume. They are found in the changing quality of your own mind, in the way you respond to the events of life. They are quiet, internal, and profoundly meaningful. The key to recognizing these signs is to abandon the world's external scorecard and adopt an internal one. This is a direct application of the dichotomy of control. The world's scorecard, fame, fortune, the opinions of others, is composed entirely of things not up to us. The internal scorecard, however, measures what is up to us: our judgments, our intentions, our responses, our virtue. When you begin to live by this internal scorecard, you start to notice subtle shifts in your operating system. These shifts are the true signs of progress. Epictetus, the great Stoic teacher, gave us a clear diagnostic tool. He said, "The sign of a layman: he blames others for his own bad condition. The sign of a student of philosophy: he blames himself. The sign of a philosopher: he blames neither others nor himself." The true sign of being on the right path is when you move beyond blame altogether. You simply see events as they are and focus only on your response. Seneca offers another beautiful sign of progress. He wrote, "What progress, you ask, have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself." What a profound measure of success. This friendship is built on self-respect and on aligning your actions with your principles. So, let us look at the concrete, observable signs that you are indeed becoming a friend to yourself, that you are walking the path of the prokopton. First, your emotional disturbances are shorter and less intense. The untrained mind is tossed violently by every wave of fortune. For this mind, a negative event can mean a whole day of turmoil. The sign of progress is that you still feel the initial sting, but the storm passes much more quickly. Your recovery time shortens. This is a direct indicator that you are achieving tranquility, apatheia. You are learning to see the event as one thing, and your judgment about it as another. Second, you blame others less and examine yourself more. The default setting for the human mind when something goes wrong is to search for a culprit. The sign of progress is that this instinct is weakening. When faced with a difficult situation, your first question is no longer whose fault is this, but what part of this is up to me? This is a monumental shift from a passive victim mindset to an active, empowered one. Third, you seek approval less and act on principle more. The untrained mind is a slave to the opinions of others. The sign of progress is a growing indifference to both praise and blame. You find more satisfaction in the act itself, in knowing you acted with virtue than in any applause that might follow. You are more concerned with your own approval than with the approval of others. This is a sign that you are building a truly robust inner citadel. Fourth, you view obstacles as opportunities. To the untrained mind, an obstacle is a catastrophe. The sign of progress is that your perspective on difficulty begins to change. You see challenges not as impediments toward the path, but as the path itself. This is the practical application of amor fati. It is the mindset Marcus Aurelius articulated when he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." A person who can do this is unstoppable. Fifth, you are more interested in your own character than the affairs of others. The untrained mind is consumed with gossip and comparison. The sign of progress is that gossip bores you. The drama of other people's lives seems less compelling. You have less time for judging or comparing because you are engaged in a far more interesting and important project, the cultivation of your own garden. This is a sign that you truly understand where your work lies. In essence, the true path is an internal one, and its signs are not loud declarations, but quiet transformations. They are the shortening of our sorrows, the silencing of our blame, the indifference to applause, the welcoming of our obstacles, and the profound, peaceful focus on our own inner world. So I leave you with this question to reflect on, fellow seekers of wisdom. As you look at your own journey, which of these quiet, internal signs have you begun to notice in yourself, however faintly? Acknowledge it, honor it, and let it give you the strength to continue. You are on the right path. Keep going. May the light of wisdom illuminate your inner citadel. Until next time.